What is going on, Panda Gang, man? Today in this video, we're going to talk about the advanced setup guide for our Pandaaim version 7.2 script. With this setup, you guys are going to be able to set up different profiles so you can have different values for aim assist and your recoil help for your primary, secondary, and in universal profile, all right? Now, again, if I'm saying all this and it sounds way too confusing, don't be worried, all right? You guys can still use the simple setup video that I made last week. I'll go ahead and pop up an image of the thumbnail that I put. Just keep using that. This is more for our advanced users that want to maximize out the script. All right. So now the first thing when it comes to using the script, make sure you guys have went ahead and downloaded to do that. That's going to be first link in the description. Make sure you guys sign up on the Panda. But once you do, you guys can see if I just press triangle, it's changing from my primary to secondary, right? So what that means is I can have different values for my aim assist and recoil help, right? So if I press L2 in options, I'll quickly show you guys this. And then I'll talk about exactly how to set it up, all right? So if I press X on my recoil, right, you can see my number 1 right next to anti-recoil. That's indicating my primary weapon, right? And then if I press right on the D-pad, you can see my strength is at 20, okay? So that's just going to be the recoil value. Now, if I press triangle here, you can see it goes over to our number 2, which is going to be our secondary, right? And you can see I have a different strength value. So if you have different guns you're always using, you can set this up, all right? Now, again, the recoil, I recommend just leave it on basic. All this will do is just go ahead and pull down on your right stick. Now, to set this up, here's how you're going to do it. First thing I want you to do is press L2 in options. Make sure you guys go ahead and enter the script, all right? Then you want to go down here where it says profiles. You guys can see it. Make sure we go ahead and press X on this. And if you wanted to get rid of any buttons that you've set up, all you do is double tap the share button, okay? If you have the Xbox controller, all you do is double tap the 2 little squares button here, all right? So right now I'm just going to get rid of everything that I did set up and I'll explain exactly how to set it up, all right? So there we go. I got rid of everything. The first thing that's going to pop up, we can see it's called the resync button, right? I always recommend you guys set this to whatever your aim button is. So for me, it's just going to be L2. So just hold down L2, okay? Then you're going to press right on the D-pad, okay? Then it's asking for your weapon swap. This is asking how are you going to change from your primary to your secondary guns. For everyone, that should be triangle. So go ahead and hold down triangle. Again, if you're using the Xbox controller, it's all the same buttons. So it'd be LT, and then for the profile swap, it'd be Y up here, okay? Again, keep it simple. Then we're going to go ahead and press right on the D-pad, and it's going to ask for your universal, right? Universal profile. This is going to be a third profile that you guys can set up. And to do this, all I recommend is hold down right on the D-pad, okay? So again, I'm going to hold down right on the D-pad. There we go. Now we got our resync, our profile swap, and our universal set, right? So once those are set, you can go ahead and just press circle, and here's how you test if it's working, right? Simply go ahead and press triangle on your controller, and it should change you from primary to secondary, right? So those are your first 2 profiles. Now, how do you get to universal, right? To do that, you're going to hold your resync button, aka my aim button, so it'd be L2, and then you're going to press right on the D-pad, right? You can see now we're on our universal profile, and again, if you press triangle here, it won't go from primary to secondary. It's stuck on our profile 3, aka the universal, right? So again, I'm going to hold L2 to get it off of that. You hold your aim button and then simply press right on the D-pad. There we go. We're back to primary and secondary, right? So again, this is more advanced. If this is sounding confusing, please don't set all this up, okay? So again, I'm going to press L2 in options. And now let's go ahead and talk about the values and things you want to use, okay? So we're going to go to anti-recoil. You're going to go ahead and press X, all right? When you guys are here, it's going to be on off, right? All your profiles are just going to be off. So if you keep pressing triangle here, you're going to see it just scroll through all the different things, right? You can see it says 1, 2, and if you press triangle one more time, it's going to say 3, right? You guys can see that's indicating all our 3 profiles. First one's primary, so make sure we turn this on. To do that, we're going to put it on basic recoil. Then press triangle again. You want to make sure you have the recoil on everything. So make sure all the profiles just have basic, okay? Then you can go ahead and press right on the D-pad and use different values for your primary, your secondary, and your universal, okay? Personally, for me, I don't like setting all this up. I think it makes it too confusing, but I know a lot of you guys like setting it up, so that's why I'm explaining it, all right? So if you did want to use it, you just use up or down on the D-pad to increase or decrease your strength value, right? The recoil is simple. If you leave it at 0, all your guns are going to shoot like normal. Soon as you press up on the D-pad and increase your values, it's going to bring the gun level, all right? It's never going to be perfect. It's just there to help you a little bit, okay? So set that up however you guys want. And then again, if you just press triangle right here, you'll be able to adjust your secondary, okay? And then if you press it one more time, you can see you got your third profile, aka the universal, all right? And then when you're done adjusting, you just press circle, circle. And look, now if I press primary, secondary, bang, right? And again, if you guys look at the Zen, there's going to be colors, right? Green indicates primary, purple indicates secondary, right? You guys can see that. The colors on the Zen. And then if you hold L2, press right on the D-pad, that'll take you to your universal as well, all right? Now, when it comes to taking it off of universal, you just hold L2, press right on the D-pad, all right? Now, let's talk about the aim assist. To do that, I'm going to press L2 in options. Let's go ahead and move the Zen screen down a little bit. And same thing, if I go over here to aim assist, go ahead and press X. Same thing, pay attention to the top, right? It says 1, and even the LED will be green. Then you just go ahead and press triangle. Look, number 2, aka your secondary. So make sure your aim assist is on that. And then press triangle one more time. For your universal, make sure it's on that as well, right? So with this, you can use different values for your primaries and your secondaries, right? So as you're adjusting, you can see these are the exact values I use. Talked about this in my aim assist video. So if you guys haven't seen that, make sure you guys go ahead and check it out. But if you wanted to adjust these, right? Let's say you want an aim radius to be different on your secondary. Just literally press triangle right here, right? And you can see different value. You can use up or down to adjust this for your secondary gun, right? So if you run an SMG or something, you're running gun player, you can use higher values or lower depending on if you snipe or not, right? And then again, if you press triangle one more time, you can see it brings you into number 3, indicating your universal profile, right? So just go through everything. Again, it's going to be a lot of values and a lot of adjusting, but that is a more advanced setup for the Pandaaim version 7.2, all right? So I hope you guys enjoyed. I know a lot of you guys were asking for a primary, secondary setup. Not everyone's going to like using this stuff. I personally don't, but I know a lot of you guys do, so I wanted to go ahead and show it. So I hope you enjoyed. Again, if you haven't seen the basic setup video, please go ahead and check that out next.